Hello, students. Today I am talking about a very important chapter of history, the Delhi Sultanate. We all know that Delhi Sultanate was established after the Second Battle of Tarain when Prithviraj Chauhan was defeated by Muhammad Ghori, who was an invader from Afghanistan. And after defeating Prithviraj Chauhan, Muhammad Ghori returned back to his native place, but he entrusted the charge of Indian administration to his lieutenant, whose name was Kutubuddin Aibak, where in Delhi and its surrounding regions. So, in Delhi and its surrounding regions, Kutubuddin Aibak ruled as a deputy of Alauddin Khalji, and he started Delhi Sultanate. And afterwards, we find that till 1526, different rulers belonging to different dynasty they ruled over the Delhi Sultanate. Who were these dynasty? See, the period between 1260, 1206 and 1526 AD is known as Delhi Sultanate in Indian history. And Delhi Sultanate saw the rise and fall of five dynasty. But we have to study only about the four dynasty, that is the slave dynasty, the Khalji dynasty, the Tughlaq dynasty, as well as that of the Lodi dynasty, which was the last dynasty of the Sultanate period. We do not have to study about the Sayyid dynasty. So let's start with the very first dynasty, that is the slave dynasty, whose rulers ruled over Delhi Sultanate from 1206 to 1290. And who was the first ruler of slave dynasty? You all know, he was Kutubuddin Aibak. The earliest ruler of Delhi Sultanate were the Mamluks. They belongs to Mamluk Turks. ये लोग टर्क्स थे, लेकिन टर्क्स एक जाति थी जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं ममलुक टर्क. तो they belongs to Mamluk Turks. In 1206, Muhammad Ghori died, and Kutubuddin Aibak, after the death of his master, Kutubuddin Aibak declared himself to be the independent Sultan of Delhi. So Kutubuddin Aibak was the first ruler of Delhi Sultanate, and he was also the founder of the slave dynasty. Why this dynasty was called a slave dynasty? Because all those persons who became the ruler, they all were slaves at one time. ये सारे लोग एक समय पे गुलाम थे. कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक, इल्तुतमिश, सब लोग गुलाम थे पहले. बाद में ये लोग का राइज हुआ और प्रमोशन हुआ और ये लोग सुल्तान तक बन गए. तो एक समय में ये सारे लोग गुलाम थे, इसीलिए इनको स्लेव डायनेस्टी कहा जाता है. So what were the characters and achievements of Kutubuddin Aibak? See, he was a tolerant ruler. He treated his subjects with justice without discriminating between Hindus and Muslims. He was a kind and generous ruler. He started the construction of Qutub Minar at Delhi, but it was completed by his son-in-law Iltutmish. And he also constructed a mosque which was known as Adhai Din Ka Jhopda. Where it is? It is in Ajmer. In 1210 CE, Kutubuddin Aibak met with a sudden death at Lahore as a result of a fall from his horse while playing पोलो. पोलो खेल जो घोड़े में बैठ के हॉकी हम लोग खेलते हैं ना, घोड़े में बैठ के हॉकी से बॉल को मारते हैं, वो जो खेल होता है उसको चमगन कहा जाता था. पोलो आज हम लोग उसको कहते हैं. वही खेलने के क्रम में वो घोड़े से गिर गए और उसकी डेथ हो गई. और कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक को का अंतिम संस्कार वहीं पे हुआ, लाहौर में ही हुआ. कहते हैं कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक जो है ना, लाखों रुपए, मतलब उस समय रुपए तो नहीं थे, मुहर या सिक्के लोगों को दान कर देता था, लाखों सिक्के, इसीलिए उसको लाख बख्श भी कहा जाता था. देन आफ्टर Qutbuddin Aibak, his son-in-law Iltutmish became the ruler. He was an able and powerful administrator. He established a vast kingdom by 1220 AD, and he became the Sultan after defeating Aram Shah, who was the son of Qutbuddin Aibak. Then one more thing about Sultan Iltutmish was that he created a group of 40 nobles which were known as Chaliha in order to protect his power and position. And Sultan Iltutmish also issued a silver coins known as Tanka and copper coins known as Jital. Sultan Iltutmish completed the construction of Qutub Minar, and he also defeated his rival Nasiruddin Kubacha and Tajuddin Yulduz. So in one way we can say that if Qutbuddin Aibak had founded the empire, Iltutmish consolidated it. ठीक है, कुतुबुद्दीन ऐबक ने एम्पायर को फाउंड किया तो सुल्तान इल्तुतमिश ने उसको मजबूत बनाया, कंसोलिडेट किया. आफ्टर इल्तुतमिश, his daughter Rajia Sultana became the ruler of Delhi Sultanate. She was the first and the last ruler of Delhi, first and last female ruler of Delhi Sultanate. She was a brave and courageous lady. She always dressed like men, rode horses, and held darbar. She also brought many reforms in the state. But in spite of all this quality, the nobles did not like her. The nobles did not like themselves to be ruled by a woman. So she was killed in a revolt in 1240. We have discussed about her in detail while I was teaching you about Rajya Sultana. After Rajya Sultana, many persons became the rulers, such as Nasiruddin, such as Alauddin Masud Shah, Muizuddin Bahram Shah, etc. But Balban, who became the ruler in 1266, proved to be the most competent ruler of Delhi Sultanate. He ascended the throne in 1266 AD, and he was very strong and powerful personality, and he ended the Chalisa system of Kutubuddin of Sultan Iltutmish, and he selected the disciplined persons in his administration. So Balban was supposed to be a very powerful ruler of Delhi Sultanate, and he also took great steps to protect the frontiers of India, to safeguard the frontiers of India, from where we find the invasion of the foreigners into India. Then after the death of Balban, two person they became the ruler, but Jalaluddin Khalji, he captured the throne, and in 1290 AD he became the first ruler of Khalji dynasty. He laid the foundation of Khalji dynasty. Jalaluddin Khalji was the founder of the Khalji dynasty. He was known as a very generous and simple man by nature. बहुत ही सिंपल आदमी थे वो, generous थे बहुत जलालुद्दीन खलजी, लेकिन बहुत ज़्यादा समय तक वो रूल नहीं कर पाए. 4 साल के बाद ही उसके अपने भतीजे ने, और जो उनका दामाद भी था, उसको मार के खुद राजा बन गया. उसका नाम क्या था आप जानते ही हो. हिज नेम वाज अलाउद्दीन खलजी, who ascended the throne in 1296 AD after killing his uncle Jalaluddin. Alauddin was very ambitious monarch like Alexander. He wanted to conquer the world, and apart from Gujarat and Malwa, he captured the famous Ranthambore and Chittor forts of Rajasthan, and also he conquered many states of India. हम कह सकते हैं कि अलाउद्दीन खलजी जितने स्टेट्स पे रूल किया, उतने स्टेट्स पे दिल्ली सल्तनत के किसी राजाओं ने रूल नहीं किया. तो he was a great annexationist, and he sent a large army to the South India also under the command of Malik Kafur. ये है मलिक काफूर. And on behalf of his master Alauddin Khalji, Malik Kafur looted and collected very huge hauls of gold from different kingdoms. He even attacked Madurai. Madurai जो एकदम साउथ में, वहाँ भी वो चला गया था, वहाँ के राजा को भी हराया. ठीक है. इस तरह से हम कह सकते हैं कि अलाउद्दीन खलजी was a great conqueror, and not only he was a great conqueror, he was also an able administrator. He brought many reforms, and he kept administration and religion separate. What are the reforms introduced by Alauddin Khalji? We had already discussed. He introduced price control. He reduced the price of the essential commodities. He greatly controlled the market, and bribery was made punishable. Then land revenue was fixed according to the size of the land. जिसकी जितनी जमीन होगी वो उतना टैक्स देगा. अलाउद्दीन खलजी आर्ट और म्यूज़िक को भी काफ़ी पसंद करता था. उसके दरबार में एक बहुत ज्ञानी और बहुत ही वर्सेटाइल और मल्टी टैलेंटेड पर्सन थे जिनका नाम था अमीर खुसरो, जो बहुत बड़े कवि भी थे, बहुत अच्छे म्यूजिशियन भी थे. सितार और तबला जो वाद्य यंत्र है उसको अमीर खुसरो ने इंट्रोड्यूस किया. ठीक है. तो कई सालों तक रूल करने के बाद हम देखते हैं कि अलाउद्दीन खलजी के बाद फिर खलजी डायनेस्टी में कोई कॉम्पिटेंट राजा नहीं हुआ, और फिर तुगलक डायनेस्टी वहाँ पे स्टैब्लिश हुआ. तुगलक डायनेस्टी, द फर्स्ट रूलर ऑफ तुगलक डायनेस्टी वाज Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, who was also known as Ghazi Tughlaq. And we all know that in a conspiracy he was killed by his own son Juna Khan, popularly known as Muhammad bin Tughlaq. So Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq was succeeded by Muhammad bin Tughlaq, and Muhammad bin Tughlaq was very educated person. He was very educated ruler. He was an able administrator, but whatever plan he made to reform the administration, all his plan ended in unfortunate failure. जो भी वो प्लान किया अच्छे के लिए किया, लेकिन उसका अंत बहुत बुरा हुआ. जैसे उसने सिल्वर ब्रास कॉइन्स इंट्रोड्यूस किया जो फेल कर गया. आप लोगों ने पढ़ा था इसके बारे में. ठीक है. Then he also shifted the capital from Delhi to Devgiri, which later on he abandoned his plan. Then it was during the time of Muhammad bin Tughlaq, many revolts took place in Bengal, Gujarat, etc. ठीक है, दोआब रीजन में भी टैक्स बढ़ा दिया था मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक ने, जिसकी वजह से किसानों ने वहाँ विद्रोह कर दिया था। तो मोहम्मद बिन तुगलक एक एबल एडमिनिस्ट्रेटर तो थे, ठीक है, लेकिन वो एबल तरीके से रूल नहीं कर पाए, और बहुत सारे उनके जो प्रोजेक्ट थे, है ना, वो बुरी तरह से फेल किया। जैसे हिज प्लान ऑफ शिफ्टिंग द कैपिटल फ्रॉम दिल्ली टू देवगिरी, हिज प्लान ऑफ इंट्रोड्यूसिंग टोकन coins, okay, his plan of increasing the tax in the Doab regions, all his projects ended in failure. After Muhammad bin Tughlaq, his cousin Firoz Shah Tughlaq became the ruler. Firoz Shah Tughlaq was a very popular ruler because he spent less on war and armies and more on buildings, hospital, educational institution इसने ज़्यादा बनाए। और संस्कृत वर्क, बहुत सारी संस्कृत किताबों को उसने अरबी भाषा में ट्रांसलेट करवाया। लेकिन फिरोज शाह तुगलक एक कट्टर राजा था, मतलब वो बहुत ही ऑर्थोडॉक्स मुस्लिम रूलर था, और वो नॉन मुस्लिम्स के ऊपर जो है ना एक स्पेशल टैक्स उसने इम्पोज कर दिया था, जिसको हम लोग कहते हैं जजिया। लेकिन फिरोज शाह तुगलक ने बहुत सारे शहर बनाए, जैसे फिरोजाबाद, फतेहाबाद, हिसार, जौनपुर एक्सेट्रा। फिरोज शाह तुगलक हैड कंस्ट्रक्टेड मेनी कनाल्स टू provide irrigational facilities to the farmers. He established many hospitals and educational institutions. So in one way we can say that he was a reformer ruler. हम कह सकते हैं कि वो बिल्डर थे, वो बिल्डर रूलर्स थे, वो ऐसे रूलर्स थे who undertook many steps to promote the welfare of the people. After the death of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, we find in 1398 a great invasion of Taimur Lane took place in India. Taimur Lane was a ruler of Afghanistan. He marched to Delhi. He defeated the Tughlaq rulers, and he killed a large number of peoples in Delhi and looted the vast wealth of our country. Taimur Lane. और जाने के बाद तैमूर लेन ने अपने डिप्यूटी को दिल्ली का राजा बनाया, जिसका नाम है खिजर खान, और खिजर खान ने सैयद डायनेस्टी को स्टैब्लिश किया। बट वी डू नॉट हैव टू स्टडी अबाउट द सैयद डायनेस्टी। देन आफ्टर सैयद डायनेस्टी वी फाइंड द लोधी डायनेस्टी वाज एस्टैब्लिश्ड। The first ruler of Lodi dynasty was, who was he? He was Bahlol Lodi. And after Bahlol Lodi, Sikandar Lodi became the ruler of Delhi Sultanate. He was the ablest ruler of Lodi dynasty. Sikandar Lodi founded a new city which was known as Agra. He shifted his capital from Delhi to Agra. After Sikandar Lodi, we find, but like that of Firoz Shah Tughlaq, Sikandar Lodi was also a bigot. ही वॉज ऑर्थोडॉक्स रूलर, है ना, एंड ही वॉज इनटॉलरेंट। हिंदू नॉन मुस्लिम के प्रति वो थोड़ा सा इनटॉलरेंट रहते थे। कौन? सिकंदर लोधी। आफ्टर सिकंदर लोधी, इब्राहिम लोधी बिकेम द रूलर, बट ही वॉज नॉट अ गुड रूलर, ही वॉज अ टायरेंट। उसके जो खुद के मंत्री लोग इब्राहिम लोधी को पसंद नहीं करते थे, इसीलिए उन लोगों ने बाबर को इन्वाइट किया, जो काबुल का राजा था, कि वो आके जो है इब्राहिम लोधी को हरा दे, है ना। बाबर आए इंडिया 1526 में, और एक बैटल हुआ, दैट वाज नोन एज द फर्स्ट बैटल बिटवीन बाबर एंड दैट ऑफ इब्राहिम लोधी। इन दिस बैटल इब्राहिम लोधी वाज डिफीटेड एंड किल्ड बाय बाबर, एंड आफ्टर दिस battle we find that the Delhi Sultanate came to an end and a new dynasty was established by Babur, that was known as the Mughal dynasty. So the first battle of Panipat was very remarkable in the history of India, as it had ended the era of Delhi Sultanate and prepared a way for the rise of a new dynasty, that is the Mughal dynasty. We will study about Mughal dynasty in the later chapters. Okay students, so that's all about the rulers and their achievements, the rulers of the Delhi Sultanate and their achievements. Thank you.